Well, President William Ruto's cabinet is now fully constituted. Today's swearing-in ceremony of Head of Public Service Felix Koskei, Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi, the 21 Cabinet Secretaries, Attorney General Justin Muturi, and Secretary to the Cabinet Mercy Wanjau, draws the curtains on the tenure of Cabinet Secretaries appointed by immediate former President Uhuru Kenyatta and heralds the President Ruto's administration in his 5-year tenure as the country's 5th president. Best wishes to the Cabinet Secretaries. Their work is clearly cut out for them. And as the President told them, failure is not an option. Kenyans are waiting. But allow me to draw you back to events of last week at County Hall. Yes, the vetting of Cabinet Secretaries that time who are nominees. The vetting procedure is a constitutional requirement for all persons nominated or proposed by the President for appointment as Cabinet Secretaries. Article 152(2) of the Constitution reads, "The President shall nominate and with the approval of the National Assembly appoint Cabinet Secretaries." The vetting task is assigned to the National Assembly's Committee on Appointments, chaired by the Speaker, in line with Standing Order number 204 of the House. In that committee also sits the majority and minority leaders, as well as their deputies, and at least 15 other members nominated by the House Business Committee on the basis of proportional party membership in the House, taking into consideration the numerical strength of the parties and interests of independent members. But my focus is not so much on the structure of the committee, its membership or performance, but the essence of the vetting process. This drove me to establish the meaning of this word, vetting. The Collins Dictionary defines vetting as the act of making a prior examination and critical appraisal of a person, document, or scheme. The Oxford Learner's Dictionary defines vetting as the process of checking something with great care or the process of finding out everything about a person's past life and career in order to decide if they are suitable for something. Dictionary.com refers to vetting as the act or process of appraising or checking a person or thing for suitability, accuracy, or validity. Now, let me ask you, do you consider what happened last week vetting? Let me ask one more question. Do you think the vetting exercise is necessary? Well, I'm of the opinion that very little comes out of that vetting process. It is largely a formality. If you doubt me, look back from the first vetting exercise in 2013. First, none of the nominees has ever been rejected by the House, even when serious integrity and competence issues have been raised. Even in instances where the Appointments Committee has rejected a nominee, like it did with Phyllis Kandie and recently Penina Malonza, the executive always has its way. Lawmakers, particularly from the ruling party or coalition, will be whipped to save the rejected nominee. I am in no way saying the two ladies don't deserve the flag. Far from it. All I'm asking is, what then is the wisdom in a committee rejecting their nomination only for the House plenary to salvage that nomination? Why then should the President be allowed to have his way from the onset, since he will anyway? Secondly, one of the highlights in the vetting process is the declaration of nominees' net worth, a showcase of what they own and its value in millions or billions. Collectively, President Ruto's cabinet has a net worth of 15.2 billion shillings. That, once again, is not my issue. There's nothing wrong with owning properties, and nothing criminalizes ownership of property, more so if it is acquired legitimately. Here's my point. Should there not be an exit vetting exercise for cabinet secretaries at the end of their tenure? That way, as a country, we are able to compare a cabinet secretary's net worth at the point of entry and point of exit. That way, we are all able to assess whether that cabinet secretary used their ministerial docket to enrich themselves. Of course, I know that is too much to ask for, or even hope for. Have we not for years been treated to a circus called wealth declaration by public and state officers? They sign those documents year in, year out, yet they remain sealed envelopes, and establishing the content therein is like walking on nails. Here is my point. Let us drop the pretense as a country. The vetting of cabinet secretaries is a national massage. It is just good TV, a drama series of sorts. And if we want to have it, let it be real vetting. Let it be a thorough prior examination and critical appraisal of persons nominated for appointment as cabinet secretaries. Anything short of this is futility. Confucius, the Chinese philosopher, sums up my punchline tonight. The hardest thing of all is to find a black cat in a dark room, especially if there is no cat. Sina maoni zaidi ya hapo.